Hello everybody. So I will continue with the next part of our presentation. It's about the cloud deployment model. After we chosen the cloud service model that fits with our need, we need to determine our cloud deployment models. So we can choose from four types of cloud is public, private, community, and hybrid. So let's begin with the introduction. The deployment models can be defined as the different way in which the cloud can be deployed. These models are fully user-centric. That is, these depend on the user requirement and convenience, and users select the model based on our requirement and needs. And basically, as I mentioned before, there is four types of deployment model in the cloud. That is private cloud, public cloud, community cloud, and hybrid cloud. The classification of these clouds is based on the several parameters such as the size of the cloud, the type of service provider, the location, then the type of user, security, and other issues. In for this cloud, the smallest inside a private cloud. So before I will analyze more about these four cloud, I will talk a little bit about how to choose the suitable cloud deployment model. So there is two factors affect to our decision is the user experience, the security, and the responsibilities. The first factors, user experience. The cloud offers the different user experiences depending on which deployment model you choose. If you choose to go to with private cloud, you will completely control over the user experience. You will able to control the application, the network, and in most cases, the client systems. This allows you to tune everything for the best performance and usability. If you go with a public cloud, in some cases you might have no control over the user experience, and in community cloud environment, you control over the user experience depending on the agreement you have in place with the other members of the community. The next factor is about the security. Security is always a complicated topic. It's even more complicated when you're dealing with the cloud. It mainly comes down to trust. So you will believe with who you trust with to take the all about information about you to there. Yes. And so for that reason, many organizations nowadays would rather trust the third party than just themselves. So there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Security as such an important concern that you need to go with what you trust. And the last factors affect to your decision is responsibilities. Responsibility vary greatly depending on which cloud model you intend to go with. This can be another key factor in your decision. In fact, one of the big drivers of public cloud is organization desire to reduce the internal responsibilities. So this is two factors affect when we decide to choose the fit cloud deployment models. And so I will move to the next part is cloud computing deployment models, or more clearly is I will analyze more clearly about four cloud in this topic. So the first cloud I will present to you is the public cloud. I'm sorry, I will repeat that. So the first thing I will present to you is about the public cloud. So as you see in the name, this type of the cloud deployment model support all the users who want to make use of the computing resources such as hardware, for example, the operating system, the CPU, the memory, and the storage, or the software as application server, database, mm, um, yeah. And the IT resources on the public cloud are usually provisioned via the cloud delivery models, and the cloud provider is responsible for the creation and ongoing maintenance of the public cloud and its resources. The most common use of the public cloud are for application development and testing, non-mission critical tasks such as the file sharing and the email service. Yes. The next cloud is the private cloud. A private cloud is typically infrastructure used by the single organization. Private cloud enable an organization to use cloud computing technology as a means of the centralizing access to the IT resources by different parts, location, and departments of the organization. Private cloud are more expensive than public cloud. It leads to the situation that the capital expenditures involved in acquiring and maintaining them. However, the private cloud are better able to address the security and privacy concerns of organizations at present. And the third cloud is hybrid cloud. In a hybrid cloud, an organization makes use of interconnected private and public cloud infrastructure. Many organizations make use of this model when they need to scale up their IT infrastructure rapidly, such as when they leveraging public cloud to supplement the capacity available within a private cloud. For example, if an online retailer needs more computing resources to run its web applications during the holiday season, it may attain those resources via public clouds. And the last cloud that I will give the information to you today is the community cloud. This deployment model supports the multiple organizations sharing the computing resources that are part of a community. For example, including universities cooperating in certain area of research, or the police department within the country or the state sharing the computing resources. Access to a community cloud environment is typically restricted to the members of the community. After these four clouds, we can conclude that with the public cloud, the cost is typically low, but for the end user, and there is no capital expenditure involved. The use of the private cloud involves the capital expenditure, but maybe it is still lower than the cost of owning and operating the infrastructure due to private cloud greater level of the consolidation and resources pooling. The private cloud also offer more security and compliance support than public clouds. And that is all for my present today. Thank you for listening.